Violence is not a mental illness. And it's extremely important that any discussion you have about mental illness and violence begin with that statement being said unambiguously and clearly, because for centuries, people have equated mental illness with violence. Violence is a human condition. One of the things when we look at all violence is there's really no statistical association between mental illness and violence.
Your childhood biography will determine your adult biology. What that does to the brain is when a child is loved in a healthy way, the brain perceives itself as lovable.
You don't have to wait for crisis. I've sometimes compared it to a train going down the tracks and the bridge is out. So what are we going to do? Radio the engineer or park ambulances at the bottom of the ravine? I think we need to intervene early in order to make sure that someone has an opportunity to recover.
Without question, AOT saved my life. You are heroes with the power to create progress, and I thank all of you for generously sharing your time today to learn from this valuable Judicial Summit.
When you start looking at the individual as a person and not a case on your docket, and thinking about a personalized approach, a person-centered approach to coming up with a reasonable solution for each individual person, that's how these less restrictive alternatives really come into play.
The shame of mental illness is what brings the stigma to have any bearing at all. But the antidote to that is education and understanding that these are differences that are happening around how people are processing, understanding, and living their life. And that's not wrong, it just needs an embrace.
JCMH created a diversion ideas for every budget, and it goes through the intercepts. It's color blocked by the intercepts, and it's supposed to lay out, if you hear about this type of program and you think, that's for the Bexar counties of the world. We tried to put another column called informal diversion programs, where you could do kind of a dupe. You can do a small version of it that is just as effective.
Be open-minded. Do not get stuck with tunnel vision or the box of, I'm a prosecutor and my job is to get a conviction. I'm a defense attorney and my job is to get a dismissal. You've got to be open-minded to all sorts of solutions.
I think it's extremely important to start small. I say that because this is a completely overwhelming thing that we're trying to tackle and overcome. And if you try to take it all on at once, between the political personalities and everything else you've got going on, it's going to be a dismal fail. So I'm a firm believer in taking things small.
I thought, oh my gosh, we have got to stop minding our own business. We can all ask, are you okay? There is nothing threatening about saying, are you okay, when someone is struggling. When it comes to people who are struggling, we now know from Kevin Hines that one person asking that question can save a life. And I know it because I have done it.